Lahat ng drama, tawanan, balita at all-time favorite music hits. Sa lungkot at ligaya, kami pa rin ang inyong kasama. We're the place where you truly belong. Mula sa TVH Group of Networks, ito ang inyong himpilan. Ito ang inyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
With the brand new lower thirds, of course, and of course this is where we get to spend our time in having our lifestyle happenings, and of course our early morning news headlines with koolNews early edition. So yes, we're going to be getting into the latest lifestyle happenings as we always do here on the show, and the early news headlines are here. Now, if you may be wondering, now you may be wondering, why am I showing my face right now? Well, I am testing myself right now if I am going to be suitable, if I will do an IRL face on an entertainment show and koolNews, but we'll see how that goes. If it doesn't fit, I will be going back to Roblox avatar or just do the Discord mode again. But yes, we'll be getting into the lifestyle now, and yes, as you can see right here, we're gonna begin with the first lifestyle happenings, and that is the tragic, uplifting, and bizarre stories at the 45 London Marathon. So we're gonna get into that right now. So here it is. So you can see right here. So you guys can see right here that this is this photo was taken last April 21, and this is about the running marathon here. So yeah, let's begin. This is coming from Empire Lifestyle. From a Hindu monk to athletes with disabilities, some 56,000 runners will attempt the 45th London Marathon on Sunday, where inspiring sporting and human stories will take center stage. According to its organizers, they might have misspelled it. The London race is the most popular marathon in the world. 840,380 runners entered the bullet to take part in the 2025 editions, a 43% increase on last year. So there is the video of this one man, and I think this is a 10-minute long video, and that is from Ben Parkes, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I don't know if the audio is enabled. Let me just check here if it is enabled. One moment here. So yeah, let's see, the audio is enabled. I do think the audio is enabled, but yeah, let's take a little bit look and making sure my icon's not there. Okay, it's not there. Alright, so you can see this is from last year, and you can see how he does. So let's watch a little bit of the clip here.
With 50,000 other runners from Blackheath all the way to the centre of London, Buckingham Palace and the Mall for an amazing party. It's the best sporting event anywhere in the world. Come on, let's get the London Marathon done. Come on. Good luck, man. That's just heading Woolwich now, 5k in, feeling good, lovely cool weather today, probably about 9 degrees at the moment, a little bit windy. 5 miles in now, nearly at Greenwich, through the underpass, all the awesome music with the drums, time for the first jump.
We're not gonna go too much here, but you can see how they're running right here. So you can see in the timestamps you have the Greenwich and Cali Sark, you have Rotor Hit, Tower Bridge, halfway. Yeah, let's go to the halfway and see how he does it there.
Halfway, guys. Oh, so on a high from Tower Bridge. What a race. Feeling good though, feeling good, keeping it steady. What a... It's 30k in, heading through the Canary Wharf skyscrapers. Still feeling good. 12k to go. Really loving this year's marathon. Lovely conditions, awesome crowd support out there. What a day. It's a marathon, feeling good, feeling strong, getting it done. What a city London is.
You can see a lot of the crowd are cheering for him, so that is really nice. Now let's continue here. The marathon is also the world's biggest single fundraising event with over 1.3 billion pounds or $1.72 billion raised for charity since the first race in 1981. Around 75% of participants raised money for non-profit organizations and causes. This year, more than 700 people are running for Pancreatic Cancer UK to help fund tests to detect one of the deadliest cancers. So yeah, now we move on to Sarport tribute. On July 29, 2024, Alice da Silva, Alci.Scancope, 7, and Bebe King, age 6, were killed in the brutal stabbing spree in Southport, northern England that shocked the country. The girls were enjoying a Taylor Swift themed dance and Yuga Class 20 attack took place. Alice's and Ali's fathers will be taking part in the marathon in memory of their daughters. Sergio Aguiar, Alice's father, will run alongside teachers from the school that has daughter and Bebe attended. They are raising money to build a new playground at the school. Ali's abundance, energy, enthusiasm, and creativity will be celebrated in the new playground by other pupils every day, said Aguiar. Steve Hurley, age 67, known as Blind Dave, will be running his 17th and last marathon this weekend with his 3 daughters. In 2008, he became the first blind person to run 7 marathons on 7 continents in 7 days. Healy had decided to stop running marathons this year after undergoing 2 kidney replacements, but his daughter convinced him to do one last 26-mile stretch. And I think this is actually a very inspiring story from him. Alex Gibson, a 47-year-old man with a rare neurodegenerative disease causing progressive paralysis, will do the race in a wheelchair. However, he will walk the last kilometer to prove that anything is possible. I should have stopped walking years ago because of the gold disease, said Gibson. But I doubt them that I will continue to face the challenge and push through. And as well here, 6 runners have taken part in every London marathon since its debut in 1981. For them, there is no draw. They have a reserve spot every year. Chris Fennell, age 66, is one of them. His most memorable race was in 2018 when he managed to make the finish line to his immense relief after breaking his arm at the fall in the first few kilometers. It will be the first marathon for a 35-year-old Hindu monk Brahmacharini Chaitanya, who hopes to show that ancient wisdom and modern challenges can coexist harmoniously. While the marathon is undeniably a physical challenge, it ultimately becomes a profound mental battle, she said. On her fundraising page for the Hindu mission, she talks about how she did everything at school to avoid running. She started training for the London Marathon in January. Some participants are after more unusual records. Jimmy Campbell, age 31, hopes to become the world's fastest shrimp. To achieve this feat, he will need to run the race in less than 3 hours, 30 minutes and 18 seconds, the time taken by the current record holder for the fastest marathon dressed as a crustacean. If I don't beat it, I'll be a very unhappy shrimp, said Campbell. Laura Coleman Day, age 33, will wear her wedding dress in memory of her husband who died of leukemia in February 2024. The marathon falls on a special date, the wedding anniversary. So these are the tragic, uplifting episode stories for the 45th London Marathon. And the one that really got me was Laura Coleman, really, because it's very unfortunate how this happened to her. But yeah, I do hope that she's all right then. But yeah, and even the fact that it's taking place on the marathon is their wedding anniversary. So my goodness, that's something. Well, we have the next one, and that has to do with what you can do in Seoul, Korea, in style, of course. So, exploring Seoul is best done with equal amounts of the old and new, and a little bit of the unexpected, for good measure. The city bursts with creative cafes and Michelin star restaurants and boasts of a retail scene that rivals those of many other metropolises. After soaking up the city's energy, it is also a good idea to wander around the surrounding countryside that offers a more quiet and slower paced life. A great place to start is the Bukchon Hanok village. A hilly residential area are situated in between the Gyeongbokgun and Changdeokgun palaces. Many Hanoks, or traditional Korean houses, are preserved here and are remnants of the Joseon dynasty. Hanoks usually are U-shaped in design, facing an open courtyard to allow for more natural light and ventilation. Their sliding window panels are adorned with their decorative wooden lattice, while their gabled tile roofs or giwa are definitive of the charming traditional Korean homes. So this is the U-shaped place here. Although many of the homes have been repurposed to become cafes, museums, or house rentals, this area is still home to many residents. Staying at an Hanok is an authentic glimpse of what it's like to live like a local. The preserved architectural details, such as the exposed wooden beams and roofers, make you feel like you have traveled back in time. Now onto the food. Experiencing Korean food can come in different shapes and forms. It can easily be taking a stroll along Myeongdong shopping street and sampling all the different street food. Surprisingly, it can even be experienced through different cuisine. So here, this is Hangul strip loin with green garlic and deongguk at Gusi Oysteria sold by Massimo Bottura. So that is a very luxury food here, and it looks really yummy to me in the picture. And now, who the heck is Massimo Bottura? Well, he is a chef and owner of 3 Michelin star restaurant Osteria Francescana in Modena, Italy, who creates a special menu for the Seoul outpost of Gusi Osteria. There are only 4 in the world. It incorporates Korean ingredients such as Hangul scribbling, deodok, which is Korean mountain herb, daewoo sauce, shrimp reduction, and Ichon rice into his Italian dishes to seamlessly create a wonderful combination of the 2 cuisines. That is actually cool. On the other hand of the spectrum, in the University of Hongdae is a charming restaurant designed by Glow Seoul called Wolmo Zip. Its entrance sets The fantastical theme stone steps lead you past most covered wells into private rooms with circular portals. Here, they serve you hand-woven beef brisket in clear broth, rice cooked with vegetables, and hot pot that incorporates spicy tomato and basil. So here is the entryway of Wo Mol Zip in Hongdae, right here. Looks pretty nice. And a restaurant that has been awarded a Michelin Green Star and has been on the Michelin Guide since 2018. A Blur Blossom on the rise by chef and owner Song Jong-hyun believes that healthy food is delicious. Located in an alleyway in the Sandong. Okay, I do not know what the heck happened with my camera here.
This program was brought to you by Musicultura Heritage Foundation Center, a museum of all fan-made multimedia and Philippine history. Visit us today at Greenbelt, Makati City from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Musicultura, a non-profit joint venture project of Able Media and TVH Group of Networks Incorporated. CFB. Express the freedom of banking. Open your account today at CFB, a member of Crosslink and supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Pride Bar Blue, hindi lang puti, kisla puti. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality. ACS. Neutral Light Style Low-Fat Milk Powder. So good you'll float. Product excellence of Hongsang. Eugen's 5G experience. Now available with 1 GB data for BD.Global. PVC Drugs. Serbisyong tapat, alagang sapat. And Soda Pop. Now with flavors of strawberry, blueberry, green apple, raspberry, and more. Starting at 39 pesos. Soda Pop. Pop the party with flavor, where every sip is a celebration.
ang immunity na hirap lumaban sa sipon.
At tagal gumaling sa sipon symptoms. At tagal gumaling sa sipon symptoms.
Versus immunity na nag-Neozep Z Plus Forte, now with zinc.
Pinalakas laban sa sipon virus, pinalakas laban sa sipon virus, pinalakas laban sa sipon virus, pinalakas!
Sa Neozep Z Plus Forte with zinc, pinalakas ang immunity versus previous formulation para bilis galing sa sipon symptoms by 2 to 3 days with proper diet and exercise. Kaya balik saya sa mga gusto mong gawin.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Phenylephrine HCl plus chlorpheniramine maleate plus paracetamol plus zinc is the generic name of Neozep Z Plus Forte. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Gusto kong mag-relax pero di ko magawa. Gusto kong mag-relax pero di ko magawa.
Di ka talaga marerelax pag nanakit ang katawan. Mag-Alaxan FR, may relief to relax formula laban sa sakit ng katawan. Relax muna, tapos game ulit bukas.
Totoo ang relax, walang sakit ng katawan. Totoo ang relax, mag-Alaxan.
Heidelin Diaz po, pag totoo ang relief, totoo ang relax. Alaxan FR.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Ibuprofen paracetamol is the generic name of Alaxan FR. If symptoms persist, consult your...
Yo, it's the saint himself, Dwight Ramos.
Hey yo, Jeremiah, what are you having?
Alam mo na, yung primera klase.
Primera Light Brandy.
Primera Classic Night.
From Spain, award-winning premium blend.
Smooth. Now this is our Primera Classic Brandy. Primera Light Brandy. Dahil Primera Classica.
Drink responsibly.
Brush, 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 3 times a day. Brush, brush, brush to keep cavities away. Brush, 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 3 times a day. Brush with Colgate. Brush, 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 but strong, strong, strong. Brush, 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 but a Colgate strong. Brush with Colgate. Brush, 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 but a Colgate strong. Brush with Colgate.
Mula sa number 1, Smart Dishwashing Paste.
Tanggaling-galing mo! Smart dishwashing paste ko. Pritong ulam na masebo, plato at kaldero. Tanggaling for everyday.
Ganyan pag Smart ang dishwashing paste. May double tanggaling formula. Tanggal galing ang sebo at bakterya.
Bahid para walang bahid, linis fantastic sa metal at plastic. Number 1 ko to! Tanggaling-galing mo! Smart dishwashing paste.
Heavy duty linis bawat pahid.
Smart Dishwashing Paste, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
ACS.
Miss, pabili ng Farex B.
Farex B ha? Ayaw ko ng iba.
Yung Farex B nga po.
Meron kayong Farex B?
Marami ang umaasa sa akin, kaya Farex B.
Buong Pilipinas ay far-excited! Hindi nagpapahinto sa ngalay, tusok, manhid sa tulong ng
Farex B. Farex B. Far-excited with Farex B.
with proper diet and healthy lifestyle. Farex Vitamin B1, B6, B12.
If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Tina, mahal kita. Pero kailan mo ba ako ipapakilala sa pamilya mo?
George, sandali. Langaw ka. Lamok ako. Hindi tayo maintindihan ng tatay ko.
Walang makakapigil sa atin, Tina. Hindi niya tayo mapipigilan.
Mahal kita, George.
Mahal din kita, Tina. Tara, lumipad tayo pa.
Cut pet story short with Bygone Shield Defense Multi-Insect Killer. 100% knockdown when directly sprayed on houseflies and mosquitoes. 60 years of protecting Filipino homes.
Mapabata man o lolo, kahit simpleng alaga, nag-iiwan ng marka sa'yo. Husay malasakit, iaalay sa alagang Unilab yan.
For 80 years, husay at malasakit ang nilalaan sa bawat gamot, sa bawat Pilipino para makapagbigay ng alagang makakatulong sa'yo na mag-iwan ng marka sa iba. Ito ang alagang Unilab para sa'yo.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Happy, happy, happy Pista. Today's fruit salad ang bida. Bibida. Bibida. Ang today's ngayong pista. Meron ng papaya, pinya, cherries at nata. Fresh at number 1 pa. Today's fruit salad ang bida. Today's days blessing we share. Today's days they share what today. Pag may barya, mag-McSaver snack and match na sa McDo. Ching, ching, snack-a-ching. Ching-ching, snack-a-ching sa McDo. 59 lang may snack ka na. At 25 mamag-float ka pa. Ching-ching, snack-a-ching.
Enjoy McShaker fries, crispy chicken sandwich, and cheesy burger McDo for just 59 pesos each.
Ching-ching, snack-a-ching sa McDo.
McSaver Snack and Match. Enjoy it only at McDonald's. Available from January 20 to April 30, 2025 only. Per DTI Fair Trade Permit number FTEB 211559 series of 2025.
It is now 9:28 a.m. We really have suffered some technical difficulties on my part, and yeah, sorry about the long delay as we were trying to get back on the show here, but the show must go on. So yeah, let's continue now with what we have covered earlier. So here it is. So you can see this is where we are left off here. A restaurant that has been awarded a Michelin Green Star and has been on the Michelin Guide since 2018. A flower blooms on the rise by chef and owner Song Jong-un believes that healthy food is delicious. Located in an alleyway in the Sandong neighborhood, the restaurant prides itself on the fact that 95% of the ingredients they use are procured from certified organic farms. The Bojagi Bibimbap is a glorious example of their passion, where five. Let me just move that here. Okay, let me just. Okay, so hopefully you can see here. Okay, so yeah. Located in an alleyway in the Insandong neighborhood, the restaurant prides itself on the fact that 95% of the ingredients. What the heck happened here? Okay, I think my camera decided to stop working on me, or is it a Discord skill issue? Let me. Okay, now it's okay. No, it's fine. Alright, so. Continue here. Located in an alleyway in the East Sandong neighborhood, the restaurant prides itself on the fact that 95% of the ingredients they use are procured from certified organic farms. The Boji Bibimbap is a glorious example of the passion, where 5 different vibrant vegetables top rice before being wrapped in an organic egg omelette, then secured with a ribbon of nori like a gift. So this is a flower blossom on the rice right here, and you have what's it? The Bojagi Bibimbap. Ooh, this is pretty cool. Yeah, it looks really cool. Yeah, it really is. Now, you guys are gonna be wondering about now for Squid Game fans. Well, they will know what the Johnny Girl doll sings during the red light. So yeah, you can relate to that right here. And then you have plenty shopping malls in Seoul you can explore to. You have the tambourines, which is designed by the System Lab, and I can say that's really unique. And then you have the giant mushroom puffing smoke, of course. And yeah, this is actually pretty cool. And waterfalls in the middle also. Cafe, Poco, Poco makes it happen, of course, which is pretty cool. And you have the Grandpa Factory Cafe, and the Wab Bear by the artist Ji Myung Ho. So yeah, if you have time to explore outside Seoul, Nami Island is a beautiful spot to visit any season. Along the way, you can also stop by Come Home Cafe in Gapyeong and make a day out of it. Come Home Cafe faces a lake with sprouting grounds that includes a cherry blooms tree, a tree house that Park Song Joon used before, and individual cabins. K-pop group Twice also filmed a YouTube video here because of the cafe's charming decor. That's the fun fact too. So this is the Come Home Cafe right here. And yeah, it looks delicious. It does look delicious. And I do want to try the dessert thing. And this is gonna be yummy if I'm really there. Let's be real here. In Gawon, Sandiga Cafe sits atop a mountain, giving you a view of the surrounding province. The cafe has a great selection of pastries and a delicious cup of jujube tea. It's multi-leveled and spacious with plenty of seats indoor and outdoor. Notably, this cafe was also used as a shooting location for the K-drama Is Okay to Not Be Okay. The intricate gate was also the gate that was used as the entrance to the cursed castle in the show. So you might recognize this one if you watch the K-drama of It's Okay to Not Be Okay. And here is jujube tea right here. I wonder how that tastes. And yeah, the rest is the history with the stuff here. And here we have is the Museum Sun and the precise catalogs, which is really nice. And last, we have the Alexander Liberman's sculpture towers in Museum Sun. So which places would you go to, right? Which places would you want to go? For me, I would say I will definitely stop by at the Come Home Cafe because man, oh man, I do want to try their dessert someday. It's gonna be interesting. Alright, so now let me move on to the next one. And I think we have already covered the other one earlier. And it looks like we're going to be covering a movie this time. Oh, whoops, I think I have posted. Let me just push right there. And here it is. Sinners is already the runway of movie of the year, and this is actually pretty interesting. I have never heard of this movie actually, but Sinners now being the runway, that's interesting. So, Sinners is now among the biggest movies of the year. Directed by Ryan Coogler, known for Black Panther, and starring Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld, the film grossed $63 billion at the box office against its $90 million budget in under a week of showing. It is also currently rated 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. The film follows twins Smoke and Stack, played by Jordan, who return to their hometown in Mississippi to build their own juke joint using money they earned from criminal activities in Chicago. Though their enterprise gets off to a great start, thanks in part to their gifted Mexican cousin Sammy Preacher Boy More, played by Mouse Canton, things could start when a group of bloodthirsty vampires visit their establishment. Steinfeld plays Mary, Stack's lover, while Wunmi Mosaku stars as Smoke's estranged partner. Despite being Guller's horror debut, Sinners breathes new life into the vampire genre, offering both social commentary and celebration of Black history, music, and culture. So basically, Sinners is a horror movie. Sinners is a horror movie, and there are some. And to recap, there are some well-known actors. Joining in for the horror movie, and that's actually nice. As if a proven inevitability evidenced by the Black Panther movies, Koller knows his movie music, and both the Sinners score and soundtrack are as good as it gets. Courtesy of Ludwig Göransson, the Sinners score tears between a joke joints, funky, gonking blues, and the escalating intensifying tension one will associate with a horror title. If anything, by the next Academy Awards, Göransson will have to follow up to his Oppenheimer Oscars win. So yes, you heard that right. As I said, Sinners is a horror film, and if you are going to be watching this, well, maybe this is your chance to take a look at Sinners, because this may be one of the best horror movies of this year. If I am correct, this would be the best horror films. So yeah. Excuse me. Okay. But yeah. So would you see Sinners? Let me know, because this is a horror movie, and yeah, this is pretty interesting. Alright, I think that is all for what we have here in the That is all for what we have in the lifestyle happenings right here on Hello Pilipinas. We will be gathering more later on the third gap of Hello Pilipinas, which will be after koolNews early edition. We'll now be taking a break. It is now 9:38 in the morning, as we will return with more lifestyle happenings right here on Hello Pilipinas. Stay along with us. We will be right back.
This program was brought to you by TVH, the home of entertainment. Tutok na sa TVH. Available in high definition via Delsat TV. Bisitahin ang youtube.com/@TVH-Network-PH para sa inyong paboritong mga highlights at live shows. MX3 Natural Supplements. Verified with alpha, beta, and gamma mangosteen. MX3. Tunay, natural, at original. Capinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Capinoy Coffee from FES Manufacturing Corporation. Ito ang oras ko, ikaw ang idol ko. Certified BD's Choice ang CEO Idol Hot Dog and Cheese Dog. Most chosen cheese dog brand in the Philippines according to Kantar Household Panel Study. CEO Idol Hot Dog and Cheese Dog. Idolicious talaga. Smart Dishwashing Paste. Double tanggaling formula against sebo and bacteria. Smart Dishwashing Paste, a product of ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality. ACS. Shalom Kainan Restaurants, the Philippines' first ever contemporary Filipino Jewish cuisine. Now serving you in 10 locations nationwide. And Dream Cars Pizza. We make pizza the Dream Cars way. Call 141-9191 for deliveries. Also available Dream Cars frozen pizza in supermarkets near you.
Ano ba yan? Ang kate? 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 Pati na nga nung ulo ko, dry pa. Nakakabawas ng ganda.
May dandruff na? May dry hair pa? Switch to Sunsilk Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. It removes visible flakes with regular use para achieve ang gandang iwas dandruff at smooth hair.
Shake and slide, gandang smooth ang hair, you can just slide.
When you use Sunsilk every day.
Yan ang gandang iwas dandruff, Sunsilk.
Kulang
Kulang sa lakas, kulang sa listo, kulang sa lambing. Mag-Maxfit Cargado with proper diet at exercise. Tulong sa lakas ng katawan, listo ng isip at lambing. Na pagmatagalan.
Kargado ng 19 vitamins and minerals plus ginseng at royal jelly. Para kargado, Maxfit na tayo.
Lipat na sa Maxfit Cargado.
Unilab yan.
Multivitamins, minerals, ginseng at royal jelly. Ang generic name ng Maxfit. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Ikaw ba'y nagkasakit o naaksidente ng dahil sa trabaho? Sagot ka ng Employees Compensation Commission tulad niya.
Ako po si Roberto Del Coro, PMMA instructor, na aksidente dahil sa trabaho. Negosyante na rin ngayon, nakabangon dahil sa tulong ng ECC.
Ang ECC ay government agency na nagpapatupad ng Employees Compensation Program o ECP na nagbibigay ng benepisyo sa mga empleyadong nagkasakit, na aksidente o namatay ng dahil sa trabaho. For more information, visit www.ecc.gov.ph.
Hanap mo ba ang perfect na pambaon sa eskwela o sa office? Tara na sa Cindy's Bakery at balik-balikan ang bigatin sa sarap na bread varieties tulad ng ube, cheesy ensaymada, cheese roll, choco bar at marami pang iba. Tara na sa Cindy's. Savor great moments with Cindy.
Inihahandog ng Tiki-Tiki serye ang mga bigating kwento ni nanay.
Oo, damang-dama ko. Napakabigat.
Ng anak ko! Sa Tiki-Tiki, dama ang bigating alaga ni Mommy. Bigatin sa vitamins na tulong sa pampagaan at pampalusog. Bigatin si Baby. Kasi araw-araw nakatiki-tiki. Alaga pa ni Mommy with proper diet and exercise. Kahit gaano ka pa kapikat, anak, kakayanin ko! Dama ang bigating alaga. Yan ang tatak, Tiki-Tiki. Alagang Unilab yan. Mahalagang paalala, ang Tiki-Tiki ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng...
It's the best part of the day. Pahinga sa Eurotex that you can lean on. Padali sa Eurotex that you can lean on. Panaginip sa Eurotex that you can lean on.
Ano mang pangarap mong trip, Eurotex is the foam brand you can lean on. Trusted ng buong nation since 1968.
Pagising ako sa Eurotex that you can lean on.
Para good mood, Eurotex, the sleep specialist.
Sa laban ng buhay, talo ang mahihina. Bangon kaibigan, ituloy ang laban. Start your day with PDA Capsule. Panlaban sa panghihina, panlaban sa sakit. Kaya ibalik ang sigla. Ugaling mag-PDA Capsule. Araw-araw. PDA. Protection. Defense against diseases and viruses.
Madalas mapasok kapag niluluto para sa pamilya? Basta may paso o burn, United Home Burn Ointment agad.
Unilab yan.
Benzocaine, boric acid, and eucalyptus is the generic name of United Home Burn. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
It's the dance in the mood to take a chance. Be my mood, bagayan, any mood, sabayan. Sakyan ang bawat mood, that's and make light with your mood. Light it down the ring, afford mo light vibe, basta light, get it everywhere. And get into the light life, sun make light.
Drink responsibly.
Mama, tamang time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mama, daming time. Champion detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na! Playtime with bunso kasi may champion na. Present lagi sa school pag champion sa laba. Gumimik with ate dahil may champion na. Lambingan with happy, champion ako dyan. Kung gustong mag-shopping, dapat mag-champion ka. Mag-movie marathon, mabilis lang maglaba. Kung gusto nyong mag-swimming, tara mag-champion na. Lahat ng gusto nyo, mama daming time. Tanggal mancha sa damit ni tatay, t-shirt ni kuya, mabango na rin. May quick wash technology ang champion. Family bonding ng priority ko. Salamat sa champion! Champion na! Mama, daming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo.
News Early Edition.
Alright, so we're gonna bring back the ticker for the koolNews early edition only. So yeah, wait. Oh, whoops. Okay, now let's get into the top stories for this morning with koolNews Early Edition. I'm Cairo, and now let's get into the top stories. As we mourn Poppy Francis, and there will be a live event later at around 3 o'clock. We're going to take a look at the latest updates. What's going on with the Poppy Francis? So later at 3 p.m. there will be later at 3 p.m. there will be the last time where we will witness a funeral of Poppy Francis, as we are all going to be taking we're all gonna remember and have some respect to the beloved Catholic leader of Poppy Francis. So, as we head over now to the latest updates, more than 250,000 people paid their last respects to Poppy Francis over 3 days of public viewing by ordinary Mondays, church and political leaders that ended Friday when his coffin was sealed ahead of his state funeral in St. Peter's Square and burial in Basilica outside Vatican's wall. World leaders, including U.S. President Donald Trump and Argentine President Javier Milei, along with royalty, converged on Rome for the funeral. But the group of marginalized people who will meet his casket in a small crosstown basilica are more in keeping with Francis' humble persona and disdain for pomp. The Vatican said that 164 delegations are confirmed, including 54 heads of state and 12 reigning sovereigns. French President Emmanuel Macron, who will also attend the funeral, was among those who made it in time to pay last respects to the puppet. Tens of thousands of mourners waited hours in line over 3 days to bid farewell to Francis, who died Monday after suffering a stroke at the age of 88. A higher than expected turnout prompted the Vatican to extend the Basilica's opening hours overnight. Excuse me. Angele Bellicu, unknown, was among the last mourners. It was her third time to pay her respects, including once inside the Vatican at his residence in the Santa Marta Domus, where she said she spent 6 hours praying at his coffin. She said, "He was my friend, so I went one last time to say goodbye." I cried. A changing of the guards at Francis' open coffin signaled the end of the viewing period of the pontiff, who was laid out in red robes, a bishop's pointed mitre, and a rosary entwined in his hands. He was being buried with his well-worn black shoes, including scuff marks on the toe, emblematic of the civil life he espoused. Cardinal Kevin Farrell presided over the closing and sealing of the coffin in his role of Camerlengo, or interim Vatican administrator. According to photos released by the Vatican, a white cloth was placed over the Papa's face, and a bag containing coins minted during his papacy was put in the coffin, along with a one-page written account of his papacy. The account, called Arroggio, summarizes his whole story. The account, called Arroggito, summarizes his whole life story from his childhood in Argentina as the son of parents with Italian heritage through his priesthood and promotions, eventually the archbishop and cardinal in Buenos Aires, and then Pope. It highlighted his defense of innocence, his encyclicals, and also his illnesses. He was a simple and much loved pastor in his archdiocese, who traveled far and wide, also by subway and bus, read the text of the document, recounting his life as archbishop. He lived in an apartment and he prepared dinner alone, so he could feel like an ordinary person. Roman neighbors and retired flight attendants Aurelia Ballarini and Francesca Codato came to pay respects to Francis on Friday with very different motivations. Ballarini, age 72, was coming to terms with her grief, and Codato, age 78, was seeking forgiveness. For Ballarini, the Pope's death leaves a hole in her life. While only 16 years younger than Francis, she considered him a grandfather figure. Every morning, she would log on to Facebook for his day greeting and respond with a couple of words. "He gave everything, gave all of himself up to the end," said Ballarini. "I spent the last 2 days crying. I was not well after his passing. I can't even say the word. For me, he flew away. One day we'll see each other again." Codato said that she feels tremendous guilt toward Francis, having forsaken him out of devotion to one of his predecessors, St. John Paul II. "When Francis became Pope, he was an insider to me. I feel guilty because through videos I have seen in these days, I have understood he was a man of enormous humility, close to the simple people," she said. "So I came to ask forgiveness because I feel guilty towards him like a war." The work of a conclave to choose a new Pope won't start until at least May 5, after 9 days of public mourning. Cardinals have been arriving in Rome when 149 meeting on Friday morning to discuss church business. They won't meet again until next week, meaning a conclave date is unlikely to be set until after the funeral. Cardinal Cardinal Francois Xavier Bustillo, who hosted Francis during his last papal trip to Corsica last year, remembered Francis as a free man who humanized the church without desacralizing it. He described the atmosphere inside the meetings as good, but said that they weren't yet at the point of decisions. "We are in discussions." In keeping with Francis' embrace of the marginalized, the Vatican said a group of poor and needy people will meet the Pope's coffin to pay homage to him when it arrives at St. Mary Major Basilica for burial on Saturday. It has already become a point of pilgrimage. The tomb is being prepared behind a wooden barrier with the basilica that he chose to be near an icon of the Madonna that he revered and often prayed before. The burial will take place in private, the Vatican said. Photos released by the Vatican on Friday showed the marble tombstone that flat against the pavement with the simple engraving in Latin that he requested in his last statement, Franciscus. Cardinals will visit the St. Mary Major Basilica on Sunday. Entering through the Holy Door, they visit the Salus Populi Romani icon, which was dear to Francis, and celebrate evening prayers, the Vatican said. Italy is deploying more than 2,500 police officers and 1,500 soldiers to provide security during the funeral, which is expected to gather about 200,000 mourners in St. Peter's Square and up to 300,000 people along the 4-kilometer, 2.5-mile route from the Vatican to the Papa's burial place across Rome. The major security operation includes stationing an armed naval vessel off the coast and putting squads of fighter jets on standby, Italian media reported. Trump, who is traveling with First Lady Melania Trump, is scheduled to arrive Friday after Francis' coffin has been sealed. European President Volodymyr Zelensky press office previously confirmed his presence, but NATO reporters Friday evening on the site of a recent missile attack that he will attack if time permits, given obligations at home related to the ongoing war. Among the other foreign dignitaries confirmed for the Papal funeral are UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, Prince William of Britain, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, and Brazilian Luis Ignacio Lula da Silva. It's also worth mentioning that President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. will also be attending the said event. Now let's head over to the national headlines. The Philippines, United States, and Japan on Thursday launched a 6-day maritime drill in the West Philippine Sea as part of this year's Baliktaan joint military exercises between Manila and Washington. The armed forces of the Philippines said the joint maritime drills focus on enhancing the interoperability and coordination between the allied nations within the Philippines archipelagic waters, spanning from the vicinity of Subic Bay up to the northern Luzon joint operational area. The Philippines deployed the BRB Gregorio del Pilar and the BRB Ramon Alcarez, while the United States sent USS Savannah and USS Comstock. Japan also joined the drills with its warship JS Yahagi. This year's Baliktaan, or Shoulder to Shoulder, dubbed as a full battle test, involved 9,000 Americans and 5,000 Filipino troops participating in drills mostly being held in northern Luzon, the country's step near Taiwan. Thursday's maritime drills between the Philippines and the United States kicked off as 9 Chinese People's Liberation Army Navy, including the aircraft carrier Shandong, were spotted off the coast of northern Luzon on April 22. In March, the Philippines, the United States, and Japan also conducted joint maritime drills near the Panadog Scarborough Shoal in the West Philippine Sea. On February 12, the Philippines, the United States, and Canada also held joint maritime drills in the West Philippine Sea, while Japan and Australia also conducted joint drills with the Philippines a week earlier. Defense Secretary Gilberto Territo Jr. said earlier this week the multilateral cooperative activities of the Philippines and its allies are a very strong push against the unilateral move of China to claim the entire South China Sea, a resource-rich waterway where about $3 trillion of trade passes annually. The enhanced MCAs showed the interoperational capabilities of free and rules-based loving countries against China, Territo told reporters after his meeting with Indonesian Defense Minister S. Jamsudin in Malacanang City on Tuesday. He said, "Let us remember there is no country in the world that accepts the 9-dash line or 10-dash line, especially ASEAN nations or East Asian nations. They do not accept that." Beijing, which has a long-standing maritime dispute with the Philippines over parts of the South China Sea, has warned Manila that its defense and security cooperation with the other countries should not threaten regional peace or exacerbate regional tensions. China also continues to ignore a July 2016 upper ruling that invalidated its claims in the strategic waterway. Teodoro said the public should ignore China's statements, whom he described as pure propaganda. He said, "Should we listen to what they say? No. We should instead watch what they do in the West Philippine Sea and inside the Philippines." Aside from its ship, the United States had deployed its missile systems in the Philippines, including the United States anti-ship missile system, NMSS. Aside from the NMSS, Washington deployed to the country its mid-range Typhoon missile system, which will also be used during this year's Baliktaan. At least 158 complaints of vote buying, vote selling, and abuse of government assets have been lodged so far, the Department of the Interior and Local Government, or DLG, said on Friday. In a briefing at the DLG office in Quezon City, Assistant Secretary for Local Government Jesse Hardware Lanete reminded candidates to comply with election laws with only 17 days remaining until the May 12 polls. Lanete said there are 158 complaints for vote buying, vote selling, or abuse of state resources that have been lodged with the Committee on Contra BIGAY or the COMELEC. We want to remind our candidates to strictly comply with the COMELEC provisions against vote buying and for our incumbent candidates to prevent the abuse of state resources, the official said. We also want to remind our candidates that there are only 17 days to go before the national and local elections, and it is the wish of the department that our elections will be safe, peaceful, and successful for all. On January 28, COMELEC Resolution number 11104 introduced stricter mechanisms to combat vote buying, vote selling, and acts constituting abuse of state resources. Also on Friday, two rights advocates asked the Supreme Court to stop a Civil Service Commission circular prohibiting government employees from engaging with any election-related posts on social media. Former Bayamuna Representative Ferdinand Gaite and Santiago Das Marinas, President of the Confederation for Unity, Recognition, and Advancement of Government Employees, filed a petition for statutory and prohibition. The 28-page petition also seeks to declare the CSC Circular Memorandum No. 3 Series 2025 as unconstitutional for infringing upon government employees' freedom of speech and expression. The respondents also assailed the CSC and the COMELEC's Joint Circular No. 1 from 2016. Social media functions such as liking, commenting, sharing, reposting, or following a candidate's or party's account are considered as partisan political activity if these are resorted to as means to solicit support for or against a candidate or party during the campaign period, Circular 3 reads. But petitioners argue that the circulars violate the constitutional rights of government workers. Our view is that government employees have the right to freedom of expression. If they believe that candidate deserves to lead our country, then as a citizen, they have the right to express that, Bayamuna Chairperson Neri Comunares, the petitioner's lawyer, said in an embassy interview on Friday. Comunares argued that it is still the right of the government employee to do this in their own personal time, even if that meant attending rallies in support of a candidate. Although there is chilling effect on the part of government employees resulting from these vague and overbroad provisions, the petition read. Government employees are silenced out of fear of possible sanctions, the petition added. The petitioners further pressed this point, mentioning that penalties for violation of the 2025 CSC Circular and the COMELEC CSC Joint Circular were serious and grave. This includes dismissal from service, contractual disqualification from holding public office, or taking the civil service examinations, and imprisonment. Okay, hang on. Alright. Next one. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has signed a law mandating the modernization of the Philippine Institute of Technology and Seismology and allocating 7 billion pesos over the next 5 years. The President signed Republic Act No. 12180, or the PhilFox Modernization Act, on Thursday and was published on the website of the official Gazette on Friday. RA 12180 created a PhilFox Modernization Fund, but did not specify the intended projects, referring to them only in general terms such as capital outlay. Congress will allocate 7 billion pesos for this 5-year fund and will be treated as distinct and separate from the Department of Science and Technology's DOST appropriations. Under the law, 1.25 billion pesos per year for the first 4 years and 2 billion pesos for the 5th year of implementation. The law also exempted from donors' taxes the donations, grants, gifts, endowments, legacies, and contributions used by PhilFox, and such donations will be considered as allowable gross income tax reductions. The Executive Director of PhilFox, Budget Secretary, and the Secretary of the National Economic and Development Authority will formulate the modernization plan and submit it to the President for approval in the next 90 days. The PhilFox Executive Director will also submit an annual report on the implementation status of the modernization program to the President through the DOST Secretary and to the chairpersons of the Committee on Science and Technology of both chambers of Congress. RA 12180 also provided for an increase in permanent positions at PhilFox, a new salary scale for employees, a personal retention incentive for qualified technical personnel, and scholarships for undergraduate and graduate studies in volcano and seismology-related fields. It also pushed for collaborations and linkages with local governments in disaster risk remediation, public intermediary, information dissemination, awareness and promotion, data inputs and exchange, and other assistance. The law also adopted a whole of government and whole of society approach through engagements with the private sector, civil society, academic community, and other stakeholders in advancing the PhilFox modernization program. And that's the national headlines for now. We will now be taking a weather forecast from Pagasa as we will be preparing right now. So bear with us right here. Right. In the meantime, while we wait for the weather forecast to be up on the playout, we will also like to announce later after Dream Project Summit Sonata on TGON and koolFM, we will be having a special coverage on Prophet Francis that is right after Summit Sonata. So be sure to look out on that. And I am not sure if we're going to be live stream on TGON News because there is a conflicting events that will happen at the same time. So I am not sure. So we're gonna have to wait for further details if there will be a live stream on TGON News later related to Pope Francis, so stay tuned for that. Alright, ladies and gents, it is now time for the weather updates from Pagasa with weather specialist Grace Castañeda.
Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Ngayon ay April 26, 2025 at narito ang update ukol sa magiging lagay ng panahon sa susunod na 24 oras. May kita natin ngayon dito sa ating satellite animation itong mga kaulapan sa malaking bahagi ng Mindanao. Ito po mga kaulapan nito ay dulot ng Intertropical Convergence Zone or ITCZ na magdudulot pa rin ngayong araw ng mga kalat-kalat na pag-ulan, pagkidlat at pagkulog sa malaking bahagi or sa buong bahagi ng Mindanao. So pag-iingat pa rin po para sa ating mga kababayan dyan sa posibilidad ng mga pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa. Samantala, ang easterlies naman o yung mainit na hangin mula sa dagat Pasipiko ay magdudulot nagdudulot din ng mataas na tsansa ng mga pag-ulan, pagkilat at pagkulog dito sa ilang bahagi ng Eastern Visayas. At sa nalalabing bahagi naman po ng ating bansa ay patuloy pa rin magiging mainit at maalinsangan yung ating panahon at may posibilidad pa rin ng mga isolated o yung mga biglaang pag-ulan, pagkilat at pagkulog na dulot pa rin ng easterlies. And sa kasalukuyan ay wala pa po tayong minomonitor na bagyo or low pressure area na maaaring makaapekto dito sa ating bansa. Ngunit dahil active po ngayon yung ITCZ dito sa bahagi ng Mindanao ay hindi po natin inaalis yung possibility na sa mga susunod na araw ay posible pong may mabuong sirkulasyon or may mabuong low pressure area dito sa may silangan ng Mindanao. So patuloy po tayo or continuous monitoring po tayo. So patuloy po tayo mag-antabay sa updates na ipapalabas ng Pag-asa. At para nga sa maging lagi ng panahon ngayong araw ng Sabado, dito sa buong bahagi ng Luzon kasama na dyan ng Metro Manila ay patuloy pa rin magiging bahagyang maulap hanggang sa maulap yung ating kalangitan. Mainit at maalinsangan pa rin yung panahon na ating mararanasan at may posibilidad pa rin tayo ng mga isolated o yung mga biglaang pag-ulan, pagkilat at pagkulog na dulot ng easterlies. Ang mga regional offices po natin ay nagpapalabas pa rin ng mga thunderstorm advisories or mga babala ukol sa mga pag-ulan nito. Agwan ng temperatura dito sa Metro Manila ay mula 24 to 35 degrees Celsius. Sa Baguio ay 17 to 26. Sa Lawag ay 26 to 34 degrees Celsius. Samantala sa Tagaytay ay 22 to 32. Sa Legazpi naman ay 26 to 33 degrees Celsius. At sa Tuguegarao, ang maximum temperature ay maaring umabot hanggang 37 degrees Celsius. Samantala sa bahagi naman ng Visayas at Mindanao ngayong araw, ang buong bahagi ng Mindanao ay makakaranas ng maulap na kalangitan at mga kalat-kalat na pag-ulan, pagkilat at pagkulog na dulot ng ITCZ. Ito po mga pag-ulan nito ay posible maging katamtaman at kung minsan ay mga malalakas na pag-ulan na maaari po magdulot ng mga pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa. So pag-iingat pa rin para sa ating mga kababayan. Samantala magiging mataas din po yung tsansa ng mga pag-ulan, pagkilat at pagkulog sa Eastern Samar at Southern Leyte, dulot naman ito ng easterlies. At sa nalalabing bahagi ng Visayas, maging dito din sa area ng Palawan ay patuloy pong magiging bahagyang maulap hanggang sa maulap yung ating kalangitan. Mainit na panahon pa rin yung mararanasan at may posibilidad pa rin tayo ng mga isolated o yung mga biglaang pag-ulan, pagkilat at pagkulog na dulot pa rin ng easterlies. Agwat ang temperatura dito sa Puerto Princesa at Kalayaan Islands ay mula 26 to 35 degrees Celsius. Sa Iloilo ay 24 to 34. Samantala yung maximum temperature naman sa Zamboanga ay maaring umabot hanggang 33 degrees Celsius, maging dito din sa area ng Cebu at Davao. Samantala 32 degrees Celsius naman yung maximum temperature dito sa Tacloban at Cagayan de Oro. At para naman sa ating heat index or yung damang init, generally magiging mainit at maalinsangan pa rin nga po yung panahon sa malaking bahagi ng ating bansa, lalong-lalo na dito sa area ng Luzon at ilang bahagi pa ng Visayas, kung saan dito po sa Metro Manila yung forecast heat index natin ngayong araw ay mula 40 to 41 degrees Celsius at 45 degrees Celsius naman yung highest heat index forecast natin. Dito yan sa area ng Muñoz, Nueva Ecija. At may kita po natin dito sa ating heat index forecast map na malaking bahagi pa rin or maraming areas pa rin ng ating bansa yung posible pong makaranas ng heat index na maaari pong umabot sa danger level. Partikular na yan dito sa mga lugar sa Ilocos Region, Cagayan Valley, Central Luzon, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, maging sa ilang areas din ng Bicol Region, maging dito din sa ilang areas ng Western Visayas at Samar provinces. Samantala sa nalalabing bahagi naman po ng ating bansa ay extreme caution pa rin yung kailangan. So doble ingat pa rin po para sa ating mga kababayan. Kapag po tayo lalabas, huwag pa rin natin kalilimutan yung pananggalang natin sa direktang init ng araw. Hanggat maaari, limitahan lamang po natin yung ating mga outdoor activities. Iwasan po natin yung mga continuous activities sa ilalim ng matinding sikat ng araw. From time to time, magpahinga at sumilong po tayo and uminom din po tayo ng tubig upang maiwasan po natin yung panganib na maaring idulot ng init ng panahon sa ating kalusugan. At para naman sa lagay ng dagat baybayin ng ating bansa, wala po tayong nakataas na gale warning, kaya malaya makakapalaot yung mga kababayan nating mga isda, pati na rin yung may mga maliliit na sasakyang pandagat. Dito sa Metro Manila, ang araw ay sisikat mamayang 5:36 ng umaga at lulubog mamayang 6:12 ng hapon. Patuloy po tayo magantabay sa updates na ipapalabas ng Pag-asa at para sa mas kumpletong impormasyon, bisitahin ang aming website pag-asa.dost.gov.ph. At yan po muna ang latest dito sa Weather Forecasting Center ng Pag-asa. Grace Castañeda, magandang umaga po.
Thank you very much, Grace Castañeda, for the latest weather updates on Pag-asa. And that is all for the first round of, or I should say the first cut of koolNews Early Edition right here on Hello Pilipinas. We'll be returning with more news headlines, particularly international headlines, later at around 10:40ish right here on this program. It is now 10:16 in the morning, and we will return for more lifestyle happenings right here on Hello Pilipinas. Stay along with us. Hello Pilipinas will be right back.
This program was brought to you by Delsat TV. Enjoy SD and high definition channels when you subscribe to Delsat TV. Belsen Healthy Home. Odorless antibacterial paint. Unique toothpaste. Maxalaga with maximum fluoride protection. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS.
Himlayang Pilipino Incorporated Memorial Park. Alay sa Diwang Pilipino.
Himlayang Pilipino.
QBA Telecom's all-new Aria Saya 30. Now with 10 gigabytes access to Mobile Legends, PUBG Mobile, Call of Duty, Wild Rift, Cookie Run Kingdom, and Clash Royale for 7 days. QBA Telecom, connecting every Filipino story. Ultron Blaze 100 Euro 6 for a more powerful, cleaner, and efficient engine. And Yakult Probiotic Drink. Yakult, panalo ka tiyan.
Mag-enroll sa Asian Institute of Computer Studies. Ang AICS ay nag-offer ng BS Computer Science, BS Computer Engineering, BS Entrepreneurship, Bachelor of Technology and Livelihood Education. For senior high school, AICS offers STEM, HUMS, ABM, GAS, ICT, and IA. For public junior high school completers, guaranteed, no tuition fee, no top-up, free one set of school uniform or PE uniform. Enroll now. Visit www.aics.edu.ph.
Travel season is here, and Metro Travel Gear has everything you need to explore in style. From March 21 to April 20, enjoy up to 60% off on selected travel essentials. Premium luggage sets, lightweight backpacks, travel organizers and accessories, durable carry-ons, and many more. Don't miss this chance to upgrade your travel gear at discounted prices. Shop at the Metro Travel Gear Sale. See you there! Per DTI Fair Trade Permit number FTEB 21H231 Series of 2025.
Ano dapat ang priority mo sa buhay? Pakinggan natin si Doc.
Bigyan natin ng tamang atensyon ng ating kalusugan. Simple lang ang dapat gawin. Kumain ng masustansya mga pagkain gaya ng sariwang gulay at prutas. Iwasan ang pagkain ng mga maaalat, pamamantikang mga pagkain at syempre, hindi mawawala sa listahan ng regular na ehersisyo dahil nakatutulong ito upang mapaganda ang blood circulation. Makatutulong din po ang pag-inom ng Aldrich Pau de Arco Capsule. Ito isang herbal supplement na gawa sa natural na sangkap na galing sa inner bark or heartwood extract ng Pau de Arco tree.
Mag-PDA capsule na! PDA capsule, ang proteksyon at depensa alay sa kalusugan.
Another quality product of Aldrich Corporation.
Get all your fresh food essentials at Metro Supermarket. Experience sulit fresh savings with discounts of up to 50% and bundle offers on select fruits, vegetables, seafood, and meat. Shop at Metro Supermarket for all your fresh food needs at affordable, budget-friendly prices. Don't miss out on the sulit deals. Take advantage of Metro Supermarket's fresh savings promo every Thursday to Sunday. Per DTI Fair Trade Permit number FTEB 212325 Series of 2025.
Doctor.
Mountain Dew. Do the do, play the
Get ready for the ultimate summer shopping spree at SM Store. From hot and trendy swimsuits to beach-ready accessories to your favorite summer beauty brands, we've got everything you need to make this summer your best yet. And from April 11 to 16, enjoy an extra 10% off on all your purchases at SM Store when you use your SMAC. Shop now and don't miss out on this limited time offer. Get that early summer feels only at SM Store, your everyday store. Per DTI Fair Trade Permit Number FTEB-219154 Series of 2025.
Para sa kainan, kainan sa kantahan, kantahan sa kahit saan, kahit saan. Ano mang adventure, kasama mo ang Globe. Para sa groovy, groovy sa Get Ready With Me, with me. Ano mang post mo, kasama mo ang Globe.
Dahil sa Globe 5G Network, ano mang gusto mong gawin sa iba't ibang sulok ng bansa,
kasama mo ang Globe, Globe. Kasama mo ang Globe, Globe. Kasama mo ang Globe, ang Globe.
Go forward together, Globe!
Dumarami na ang gumagaling sa Sid Panyawan Herbal Capsule. Ako po si Antonio de la Cruz from Northern Cotabato. Dati po sumakit yung likod ko pero ngayon gumaling na dahil sa Sid Panyawan.
Ako po si Kin. At dati po sumakit po aking tiyan at likod at ulo. Ayun, ininom ko yung herbal capsule. Pagkatapos bigla ako gumaling. Ay bay, natuwa ang aking misis.
Mabibili sa lahat ng drugstores nationwide.
Petron Gasul, Petron Gasul, Petron Gasul, kasaligan sa kusina, sakto sa timbang. Tung sa True Blue Flame, grabe yun kasulid, gold quality standard, dilig yun ka maipit. Petron Gasul, maugoy kasaligan, daghang sunod, pero di yun matukngan. Petron Gasul, Petron Gasolista, Petron Gasul, Petron Gasolista, Petron Gasul, Petron Gasolista, Petron Gasul.
Wow! I feel good! Mas masarapin at gawing mas masustansya ang bawat handa with Star Margarine. Gamitin ang Star Margarine sa mga paboritong recipes tulad ng kaldereta, mechado, sopas, pork gisado at iba pa. Perfect din itong ihalo sa fried rice. Siguraduhing angat at sustansyarap ang bawat kainan ng pamilya at mga kaibigan kasama ang Star Margarine. Dahil ang Star Margarine ay may 10 growth building nutrients tulad ng vitamins A, B1, B2, B6, B12, D3, E, folic acid, niacin at iodine na tumutulong magbigay ng tibay, sigla at lakas with proper diet and exercise. Very good din ito para sa buong pamilya at abot kaya pa. Tsak na mas abot ang pangarap lalo pag sinabayan ng tamang diet at exercise. Kaya't dagdagan ng Star Margarine ang mga recipes para siguradong mas sustansyarap. Try mo na! Visit official Star Margarine on Facebook for more sustansyarap recipes.
Tandaan ang mga tipid tips para mapanatiling mababa ang konsumo ng kuryente at komportable ang pamumuhay ngayong tag-init. Linisin maigi ang fan blades ng ventilador upang lumakas ang hangin at mapanatiling matipid sa konsumo. I-defrost ang freezer kapag lumampas na sa 1/4 pulgada ang yelo at siguraduhin laging nakasara ang pintuan ng ref para hindi sumingaw ang lamig. Sa masinop na paggamit ng kuryente, masisigurong tuloy-tuloy ang daloy ng kuryente saan man sa bansa. Ang paalalang ito ay mula sa NGCP.
In the morning, and we're gonna get back into the lifestyle happenings right here on Hello Pilipinas. It is now once again 10:25 in the morning. So you may be wondering, where is Steven and GGG? Well, let me say it real quick. They're actually at the event right now. Yes, you heard me right. They're actually at the event, which is MNL 48. So if you are watching me right now while you are at the stage, a massive shout out to DJ Steven and Waldo Soul and GJG. And have fun there, guys. I wonder how's your experience so far. But yeah, have fun there, everyone. Have fun there. Okay, so now let's get back into the action here. So let's see if the ticker works. Yes, it does work. So yeah, now let's continue with the lifestyle happenings, or I should say, yeah. You know what? Let's look for more now. Actually, let me just fix the screen here. There we go. Alright, so what can we look at the next here? Alright, so we're gonna talk about the PWD. If you guys do not know what PWD means, it's person with disabilities. So yeah, we're going to navigate the proper use of PWD cards and senior discounts in restaurants. So we're going to cover that right now as we speak. So let's get the screen share up here real quick. Also, if you excuse me for a bit, I'm going to be fixing the angle setup here. Excuse me, I'm going to be fixing the camera for now. Okay, that's a bit better now. Alright, so now let's get back into the entire thing here. Hold on. Alright, now let's get into the headline, how you can use your PWD cards and senior discounts in your restaurants. Here it is. Oh, whoops, I think I will also have to reconfigure excuse me. But I will also have to reconfigure stuff here. If you guys can excuse me for a bit here. So yeah, bear with me, I'm gonna be adjusting my camera here so it will be like subtle. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, so now let's get into the topic for real this time. I will have to mount my camera here so I can just be in the right angle here. Okay, so here it is. And we're gonna cover it right now. So, running a restaurant comes with its fair share of challenges, from managing staff to ensuring customer satisfaction. But other than that, navigating PWD or persons with disabilities and senior discounts presents another layer of complexity. Well, these discounts are designed to support those in need and to ease their financial burden, given that these cardholders often have large expenses of their own for own conditions. The unfortunate rise of individuals abusing the system have become a growing concern in the industry. Fake PWD cards in particular are the culprit. They add financial strain on businesses as the discounts eat at their profit margins. This is why many restaurant owners are clamoring for fair policies, strict enforcement, and support from the government to create a win-win situation for both them and the PWD and senior card holders. In this article, David Simpson, CEO and co-founder of Mama Lou's Group Holdings Inc. and president of the Restaurant Owners of the Philippines, or RESTOPH, sets the record straight on how businesses can navigate the processes of giving discounts while addressing the prevalent issue on fake PWD cards. But who exactly qualifies for these benefits? Philippine law defines PWDs as those who have long-term physical, mental, intellectual, or sensory impairments, which in interaction with various barriers may hinder their full and effective participation in society on an equal basis with others. On the other hand, senior citizens are classified as any resident of the Philippines at least 60 years old. And to understand just how these discounts work, it's important to look at the laws behind it. In the Philippines, the Senior Citizen Act, RA 9994, and the Magna Carta for Disabled Persons, RA 9442, mandate a 20% discount and a value-added tax exemption for senior citizens and persons with disabilities on food and beverages since some begins. Said discount is computed based on what the cardholder consumes, excluding any service charge and other fees. This also extends to dine-in, take-out, and delivery orders, provided the order is for personal consumption and made directly with the establishment. Mama Lou's co-founder and RESTOPH president David Simpson explained, the only tax relief given to businesses is the ability to deduct the discount as a deductible expense when computing taxable income, but this does not fully compensate for the revenue loss. So if a group of 4 dines together and only one person is eligible for the discount, the deduction is calculated based on the items that one person specifically consumed. Once more, the senior citizen or PWD must present a valid government-issued ID to avail of the discount. In an ideal scenario, these discounts are reimbursed or subsidized by the government. But according to Simpson, this isn't the case for the F&B industry. Now, restaurants must fully absorb the cost of these discounts. They are fully responsible for providing the discount, meaning the revenue loss directly impacts their margins. This has been a point of advocacy for restaurant owners, as the policy disproportionately affects businesses, especially small to medium enterprises. Small businesses feel the impact more accurately than large chains because they operate on thinner margins and have less financial cushion, he explains. Unlike big chains that can absorb the loss through volume sales, smaller restaurants may struggle to stay profitable when a significant portion of their sales is discounted. Now, how fake PWD cards can negatively affect business? Well, while the policy on PWD cards and senior discounts is aimed at inclusivity, it has unfortunately become vulnerable to abuse. No thanks to taking advantage of these discounts fraudulently. After all, the prevalences of fake PWD cards can hurt the industry. Simpson explained, the issue is widespread, with cases reported across various establishments. Fake PWD cards are easily obtained online or through corrupt local post offices. He goes on to add that a fake PWD card can be three things: a card issued under false pretenses to an individual who is not legally a PWD, a duplicate, altered, or counterfeit card, or even a genuine card that is misused by someone else. While there are no exact national figures, anecdotal reports and internal restaurant data suggest that fake PWD cards are a growing issue. Simpson emphasized, many restaurants report that a significant percentage of PWD discounts granted may have been claimed fraudulently. Some industries estimates that suggest that PWD discounts have increased disproportionately, with many restaurants seeing up to 10 to 50% of their daily sales affected by PWD and similar discounts, he continues. Given the industry's tight margins, this is a substantial burden, especially when compounded by fraudulent claims. More than financial losses, the use of fake PWDs can affect businesses negatively. For one thing, refusing the discount can lead to customer complaints, negative reviews, or even legal threats. Plus, given how fake PWD cards are rampant, verifying them can be difficult, as staff must verify documents, causing longer transaction times and potential conflict with customers, along with a lack of government support because there are no direct subsidies or reimbursements. Additionally, independent operators may lack the legal and operational resources to contest fraudulent claims effectively, he laments. But have restaurants tried taking action against customers who allegedly use fake PWDs? Some restaurants have refused discounts on highly suspicious claims or have called out customers attempting fraud, the restaurateur admits. However, this can lead to customer disputes, online backlash, or even legal complaints. Some businesses have reported cases to LGUs, but enforcement is weak. Most restaurants simply observe the laws rather than risk confrontation. With more restaurant owners clamoring for fairer policies, stricter enforcement, and support from the government, Simpson, on behalf of Restore PH, has been in talks with relevant government agencies on how to navigate the issue. Simpson shared, some measures being discussed include creating a centralized digital registry of PWDs for easier verification, exploring tax breaks or government reimbursements to ease the financial burden, and strengthening penalties for fake PWD claims. Beyond that, Simpson emphasized the need to address the root of the problem, the fake PWD cards that are issued by corrupt practices. We at Restore PH call for stricter qualification requirements that ensure only those with legitimate disabilities receive PWD cards, transparency in issuance, through publisher reports on how many PWD cards are issued and for what conditions, and consumer accountability, wherein customers are encouraged to self-regulate and avoid fraudulent claims, he states. Government subsidy or reimbursement, similar to how value-added tax refunds work, and limiting discounts per transaction to prevent excessive abuse, he adds. And having non-monetary benefits like offering priority seating, dedicated seat service, or exclusive menu items rather than heavy discounts, along with partnering with non-government organizations or corporate sponsors to share the cost of PWD-friendly programs. Those would really help us. In the meantime, restaurant owners themselves can work around this by enforcing strict measures that safeguard their business while giving the much-needed discounts to senior citizens and PWDs. Well, how? Through strict verification, digital tracking, education, and cross-checking. So, require a valid government ID along with a PWD card, Simpson advice. Implement point-of-sale systems that log PWD transactions to track suspicious trends, train your staff on how to handle verification with sensitivity and professionalism, and work with local government units to access a national treasury of PWDs for verification. These days, however, businesses require the presence of the cardholder before giving the discount or the presence of an authorization letter in case a proxy will be claiming the order on the cardholder's behalf. But even so, this may not work fully against fake PWD cards, especially those issued through corrupt offices or fixers. This is why measures like mandatory digital verification through the use of QR codes or biometric verification for PWD cards, stricter issuance and monitoring of PWD IDs by the government, having a reporting system or hotline for businesses to report suspicious claims, and raising awareness about how fake PWD claims hurt businesses are just as important. And as a customer or as a consumer, what you can do to help? More than just a joint effort between the food and beverage industry and government, the fight against fake PWD cards can only be truly effective with the help of the customers themselves. While it can be tempting to save on a few pesos, it's important to note that abusing the system compromises the integrity of the policy, puts an unfair strain on businesses, and negatively affects legitimate PWD and senior cardholders who already face significant financial challenges by undermining the resources meant to support them. Citizens say simply, be honest, don't abuse discount privileges. You can also support fair policies by advocating for reforms that help both consumers and businesses, choosing ethical businesses, and patronizing restaurants that support genuine accessibility initiatives. While restaurants remain committed to inclusivity and accessibility, systematic reforms are needed to ensure that discounts genuinely help those who need them while keeping businesses sustainable, he adds. So, it is very concerning, if you ask me, that the fake PWD cards are on the rise, and we must take action on stopping the trend. So, if you want the government to step in and do the right thing for stricter enforcement on PWD cards, you must start advocating now. You must start it, because if you are one of the person who has PWD, let's say you have a PWD card, let's say if you have a mental physical disability, you have to advocate for this one, because you need to be protected against the fraudulent PWD claims. And if you're legitimately one of the disabled consumers or customers there, then start advocating. You have to start advocating, because we cannot let this how do I say this? We cannot let fake PWD cards move forward, because it's not good. So yeah, we must take action by telling the government to step in. It's only the matter of time before they actually do the right thing. It is now 10:44 in the morning as we will return with the last gap of koolNews Early Edition with the international headlines right here on Hello Pilipinas. Stay along with us. We will be right back.
This program was brought to you by TLX Karaoke, ang tunay na karaoke ng bayan. G-Spot Reproductive Health Choices. For the Lovin', available on Jor-A supermarket branches near you. PVC Drugs, serbisyong tapat, alagang sapat. People's Bank, equal banking for the Filipino people. People's Bank of the Philippines is a member of Crosslink and supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Pride Bar Blue, hindi lang puti, kisla puti. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality. ACS. B Mulumi Power Ace, ang patuka ng masa. And Venom Powered Shit Energy Drink with malunggay.
Love songs, straight from the heart. A Dream Car Soulmate Sonata.
My pledge of love cannot be broken. Got to let you know that I love you. When the days of
Your greatest love songs on New Time Slot, 1 to 2:30 in the afternoon, every Saturday at Summit Sonata. Join Dream Car Karaoke and your favorite love songs only here on Summit Sonata, every Saturday from 1 to 2:30 in the afternoon on koolFM. Ang inyong himpilan, ang inyong tahanan, number 1 sa Mega Manila.
Dahil sa sapat na kapital at makabagong makinarya, mas produktibo na ang bukirin ko. Nakapagpundar na rin ako ng bahay, nakapagpag-graduate pa ako ng doktor at engineer.
Gaya ni Ginoong Jodani Cara, 2024 Land Bank Ulirang Magsasaka Awardee. Kaya mo ring pagyamanin ang iyong agribusiness sa tulong ng Land Bank AgriSenso Plus. Ang Land Bank AgriSenso Plus ay programang pautang ng Land Bank para sa mga magsasaka, mangingisda, SMEs at korporasyong nakapokus sa agrikultura. Land Bank AgriSenso Plus, kaagapay sa pag-asenso.
For more details, visit the Land Bank Lending Center near you or call 02-8405-700. Your future, powered by Land Bank. Land Bank is regulated by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and a member of PDIC and BancNet.
Welcome sa Cebuan Amazing World. Dito, all-in ang microfinancial services. OFWs, sakay na! May loan pampagawa ng bahay, pang brand yung motor, o bagong business. Cebuan Amazing! Swak ang microsaving dito. Laging ready with microinsurance. May money transfer, may cash in, cash out, remit to bank, at bills payment. Cebuan Amazing! Pwede rin mag-invest sa gold. May rewards pa! San man sa Pilipinas, basta microfinancial services, all-in dito. Kaya Cebuan Amazing ang life!
Microsavings is a product of Cebuana Lulier Rural Bank. Deposits are insured by PDIC up to 500,000 pesos per depositor. Supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas.
Barbie Forteza po. And I believe ang taong sa pera ay wais, ang skin pwede pa rin kuminis. And I thank you, Silka Papaya Lotion. Dahil 750 pesos SRP lang, giving na ang papaya enzymes niya. Affordable skincare, di ba? Kaya kung bet mo ay kutis na lit, sa Silka Papaya Lotion kumapit. With regular use, slay it with the skin na giving. Stay lit with Silka. With regular use for only 750 pesos SRP.
Pre, makinig ka muna. Payong kaibigan lang ha. Work hard, play hard. Yan ang motto ko dati. Pero nakakapagod din pala katagalan sa gitna ng lahat ng puyat, inom at pagkain ng masasarap. Kasama na ang oily and fatty foods, kailangan pa rin bantayan ang kalusugan. Tamang kontrol ang kailangan. Katuwang ko ang Liverade. Si Limerine supplement na best with proper diet and exercise. Cheers to more good times. Salamat sa Liverade. Mabibili ang Liverade sa mga leading drugstores nationwide. Mahalagang paalala, ang Liverade ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin paggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Tuloy po kayo sa Cebuan Amazing World. Dito sa Cebuana Lulier, all-in ang microloans. Safe magsangla at may mataas na appraisal rate. Cebuan Amazing! Ito pa rin ang pangarap na negosyo with Negosyo Microloan. Cebuan Amazing! Suportahan ang pamilya with OFW Microloan. Cebuan Amazing! Available lahat sa over 3,500 Cebuana Lulier branches nationwide. Kaya Cebuan Amazing ang life!
Supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas.
This is Gabby Garcia for GSM Blue.
We choose the way we are. We wanna choose what's true. The best place to start is to feel what's real to you. Cause when you choose your true, your choice becomes your voice. So choose your true. Kasama ang GSM Blue. Choose your true love, your true passion. Choose your true. One time to take action. Choose your true. Kasama ang GSM Blue.
Ikaw, what's your true? Drink responsibly.
Dream Car Karaoke po. Tuwing pagising mo sa umaga, kailangan mo ng kapeng gigisingin ka sa tapang at sarap. Kaya lumipat na ako sa bagong kape ng bayan.
Tikman ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Kapinoy Coffee. Gawa sa purong Arabica at Robusta mula sa pinakamainit na puso ng Pilipinas. Piniling mabuti at inihanda ng may pagmamalasakit.
Tama-tama lang ang tapang at sarap. O mga Kapinoy, subukan nyo ng tikman ang lasa ng bayan.
Tikman na ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Kapinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Kapinoy Coffee.
Kapinoy Coffee, masarap na coffee. If it's coffee, it's Kapinoy Coffee.
Also available, Kapinoy Coffee 3-in-1 and Pure Creme. Bili na sa inyong mga suking tindahan.
Mga Kapinoy, tikman nyo na ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Kapinoy Coffee. Tamang-tama lang tapang at sarap ng kape na tiyak na magigising ka. Kaya subukan na ang bagong Kapinoy Coffee. Also available, Kapinoy Coffee 3-in-1 and Pure Cream mula sa FBS Manufacturing Corporation.
San Miguel Pale Pilsen presents isa, dalawa, tawa!
Coco, patulong naman sa mga tanong namin oh.
Game!
Anong tawag sa beer na nakakatawa?
Ano?
Edi biro!
Ano naman tawag sa beer na kumakanta?
Ano?
Edi beer it!
Anong tawag sa beer na nauubos?
Alam ko yan! Disabir!
Tumpak! Kaya bili na tayo ng San Miguel Pale Pilsen.
San Miguel Pale Pilsen, sarap laging kasama. Drink responsibly.
Mga kasama, kabalukutan ng tadunay dako nga pangandoy alang sa atong pamilya. Trabaho diri, racket dito, budgeting to the max. Tungod kay gusto nato og maayong kinabuhi o kaugmaon alang kanila. Pero paunsa kung adunay kalit nga pagsulay? Andam ka ba? Nakita na ba ninyo ning istorya ni Alden kadtong sa iyang mama? Nakahuna-huna pod kano? Usahay makahuna-huna pod ko. What if naay mahitabo nako? Magunsa ang akong pamilya sa ilang pang-adlaw-adlaw nga gasto? Paunsa ang ilang kaugmaon? Kadaghan og what ifs. Mao nang nanginahanglan tag life insurance. Ngano? Tungod kay kini ang plan B nga maoy matubag sa atong what ifs o uncertainty sa kinabuhi sama sa critical illness o disability. Nakunwood, kung kalitang mawala, wala ta kabalo. Just like Alden Richard said, tuloy ang buhay basta may plan B with BDO Life. Gusto ka makabalo sa life insurance plan nga haom sa imong panginahanglan og budget? Visit www.bdo.com.ph/bdo-life/get a quote. Umuadto lang sa nearest BDO branch to talk with a BDO Life financial advisor. Secure your future now.
Big time hotdog, mas pinasarap, mas pinamiti.
Versus previous formulation. Big time hotdog, mas pinasarap, mas pinamiti. Mas marami na ang bibili. Pipilahan ang paninda. Mapa-hot silog, on stick o sandwich pa. Sa Big Time, big sa lasa, big sa kita.
Big time hotdog, mas pinasarap, mas pinamiti. Big time hotdog.
Big sa lasa, big sa kita. Big Time!
Is koolNews Early Edition.
It is now 10:54. It is now 10:54 in the morning, and you're still with us right here on koolNews Early Edition on Hello Pilipinas. Now let's get into the international headlines. Continuing our dedication to Pope Francis, the Book of Condolences for Pope Francis will be open to the public at the Apostolic Nunciature in Manila on April 29. The new series of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines announced. The book will be open to the public from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. CBCP News said in an advisory, the public is advised to visit and express condolences or share memories of the late pontiff. In the business side, developing countries should strike swift trade deals with the United States at the earliest possible opportunity. The president of the World Bank told AFP Friday after a busy week with global financial leaders in Washington. Ajay Banga was interviewed by AFP at the World Bank and International Monetary Fund's spring meetings which have been held this year under a cloud of uncertainty about President Donald Trump's top-start tariff rollout. The bank has been advising developing countries to get a deal done quickly with the United States and to then focus attention on cutting trade barriers and boosting regional flows of goods, Bangka said. You need to negotiate trade systems with the U.S. at the earliest possible opportunity, he said. If you delay, it hurts everyone. Trump's tariffs have wild financial markets, sent volatility surging, and spooked investors and consumers. Since returning to office in January, the U.S. leader has imposed a baseline 10% tariff on most countries, with much higher duties on China and 25% sector-specific levies on areas including steel, aluminum, and automobiles not manufactured in the United States. He also introduced much higher tariffs on dozens of countries, which have since been temporarily paused, accusing them of having an unfair trade balance with the United States. A gathering of global and economic leaders in Washington wraps up Sunday with tariff talks between the United States and partners still unresolved and anxiety building over the state of the global economy. The International Monetary Fund and World Bank spring meetings provided an important opportunity for countries to discuss trade at the sidelines, speaking with President Donald Trump's new administration. But despite U.S. officials showing progress on tariff talks, analysts told AFP that the hard work to reaching deals lies ahead. Since returning to the presidency in January, Trump has slapped 10% tariffs on most U.S. trading partners and a separate 145% levy on many products from China. Dozens of countries face a 90-day deadline expiring in July to strike an agreement with Washington and avoid higher country-specific rates. But despite Trump saying that there are many deals on the table, details have been scant. Josh Lipsky, International Economics Chair at the Atlantic Council, said, "Coming out, I think we have more confusion, not more clarity, in terms of what the administration wants for negotiations." Participants likely left the spring meetings with a lot of anxiety about what these meetings will be like when they reconvene in 6 months, both for the state of the global economy and for individual countries, he told AFP. And that is all for the headlines of koolNews Early Edition. If you have any suggestions or feedback you want that you would like to share, you can contact us at tvhphilippines.news@gmail.com. This has been koolNews Early Edition. I am Caro. And now let's return to Hello. And now, as we normally do here on our show, to wrap up the program, we use Brainy Quote for the quote of the day. Alright, today's quote of the day. Honest agree. Ladies and gents, that is all for Hello Pilipinas this morning. We will return once again next week for more Saturday sessions with Hello Pilipinas right here. And for the continued news headlines, we might do a special coverage on Papa Francis later after Dream Card Summit Sonata on TGON and koolFM. Until next Saturday, and for koolNews on Monday, I am Cairo. This has been Hello Pilipinas. Good morning, Philippines, and Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye!